Dear City Councilors, my name is Alan McFeeters and I live on Upsala Drive in the northwest corner of the city. I'm reaching out to you regarding your discussion about the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee's deliberations for grant application review, and specifically regarding the Island County Joint Tourism Contribution. I've reviewed Embrace Whidbey-Camino Executive Director Sherry Wyatt's last two presentations to the City Council. In April, Ms. Wyatt presented on the organization's activities, and at the July 26th Council workshop, she presented her case for the Council to resume an unrestricted contribution of 1% of lodging tax funds to her organization. I support Councillor Stuckey's policy preference to continue to require the Tourism Board to apply for grants rather than move toward an unrestricted contribution. As an ordinary citizen, it seems to me that the Tourism Board's mission is to maximize tourism within the county. Their regenerative tourism project, which Director Wyatt says is an increasing focus for them, appears to diverge from this purpose. In April, she related that residents had complained to her that they couldn't get a table at a restaurant. It seems to me that that is an indication of the success of tourism here. With more demand, there should be an increase in restaurants both in number and kind, which is a win for the locals as well as the tourists. Director Wyatt seems to think this is a failure to be addressed. When listening to her comments, it seems to me that their goal is becoming twofold, focusing and perhaps limiting their appeal to only the right kind of tourist, or bringing in tourists for the purpose of hectoring them on her environmental focus. Ms. Wyatt said in April, so we work with, for the first time really, Sound Water Stewards and Whidbey-Camino Land Trust, Leave No Trace, boy, all kinds of new places for us to be. And we're going to continue that kind of thinking, working with nonprofits that are already doing really good work, then maybe visitors could help them do that work. Maybe visitors could contribute some of their time. There's even an overnight stay platform called Kind Traveler, where a visitor books it and makes a contribution to the nonprofit of choice of that lodging. So there's like ways to maybe take this a little different direction so that tourism is more of a force for good. She thus implies that traditional tourism is not a force for good. I oppose the idea that the Tourism Board would partner with organizations like these. Whatever the merits of these organizations, their purpose is not the promotion of tourism. In fact, one might reasonably assume that both organizations would want to reduce tourism. The idea that the board might take tax dollars from Oak Harbor and use them to fundraise for these groups seems directly in opposition to the purposes for which Oak Harbor would give them money. My call to action to you then is to continue to require the Tourism Board to apply for grants out of the lodging funds rather than to grant them unrestricted tax dollars to be used in ways to counter to what should be their mission. Thank you for your time.